been over a year since I cooked a chicken by slapping it, but I've always had a couple of regrets from that video. One, I never ate the chicken, and two, I never ate the chicken. But over the past little while, I've been thinking about a couple ideas. I want to cook an entire turkey. But this isn't a rehash of what I did before, because this time the stakes are much higher. When I posted the original chicken slapper video, I had fewer than 5,000 subscribers, and I was working odd jobs just to make enough money for videos. And by a month later, thanks to you, my entire life had changed. So to show my thanks, I'm hosting Slapsgiving, and I've invited my closest creator friends to attend in person, where of course I have to serve them a slap-cooked turkey. But not only do I want to slap cook a bird over 3 times as large, I want to do it without any insulation and with a machine that can run totally unsupervised, just like a legitimate oven. And since I'll be serving it to the most important people in my life, it absolutely has to taste good. But to pull that off, I'll need a vastly more powerful machine. So I started by calling up the Wise Task Force to talk about a design that could actually cook this turkey. Let's start with pneumatic pistons.
Basic concept behind it is that the air is going to be able to apply pressure no matter the position of the piston. So as the chicken like flattens out through the beating, it'll still get the same amount of oomph into it. And it'll be tunable by changing the pressure.
And that's where all this stuff comes in. Solenoid connectors, tubing. This is, what the I am realizing I don't know how this works. So, okay guys, so here's the deal, right? I don't know how pneumatics work, and these guys are gonna help me figure it out. Quinn's got a version of this that he's already like built. And by following Quinn's instructions, oh, holy shit. Let me see what happens if I hit this with the piston. Damn. I'm gonna hook up the other piston. This definitely has more power. Okay, it has a lot more power. How do I make this electronic? To find out if this piston system could actually heat anything, I needed it to slap as fast as possible with millisecond level precision. Let's go, dude. Holy And with the piston now sounding like a teenager's locked bedroom, I used a little bit of elbow grease to build a small-scale prototype of Will Smith, our new slapping machine, to test its heating potential on a 12-ounce chicken breast.
Welcome back, all reliable.
Okay, chicken is currently at 70. Ideally, we get to over 100 in this test. I think it's time to run this and hope it doesn't immediately explode. The reality here is I have no idea how well this will work.
Oh no. Yeah, that's not good.
We're gonna transfer this from this bag to this bag. Everything is pretty much settled in at 78. So if we get any temperature change, it should be due to us. The main reason we're changing from the old design is to improve reliability and precision. At least one part of the old slapper broke during almost every run, and since we're gonna be cooking a bird that's nearly 3 times the size, we're gonna need this to be way more reliable.
80, baby, let's go, this is working.
The biggest downside I see to this so far is the chicken's not really bouncing back very much. It's just kind of getting compressed in that one spot, which is okay, theoretically, as long as this keeps going. 81! Well, fundamentally, we're still slapping. The way the force is being applied is very different from the original Meat Beater 9000, so I need to be confident it'll work before going to full scale. Okay, actually that bodes like pretty well so far.
Bro, I just need to mention the amount of air coming out of here is equivalent to like a Dyson Airblade. It's generating an entire breeze over here. Okay, we're gonna let this run.
It wasn't a lot, but the piston proved to be powerful and durable enough to raise the temperature of a piece of meat, which meant it was time to go big.
It's definitely getting hot.
We've also learned a lot of this needs to be changed. With over 3 times the mass of the average chicken, I needed to be strategic if I wanted this machine to work. To maximize the surface area that we can be slapping, after thawing them out, I decided to spatchcock the turkeys, using a boning knife to remove the backbone and then breaking its ribs like a bad chiropractor. Then, after taking a number of measurements and photos to catalog them, I started designing the machine. In these boxes should be everything we need to build the large-scale version of this. We spared no expense, though I wish we could. I called the concept the kinetic oven. By mounting a bunch of slapper pistons through an adjustable height roof, I could precisely control how deep, how hard, and how fast I was smacking my meat. Since the breasts are the most voluptuous part of the turkey, I'd need to vertically offset those pistons by about 1 inch. So for the roof, I used a split-level design, securing the pieces with glue and a whole frat party's worth of screwing.
Okay, and just to show you how strong it is, I'm putting my entire body weight on this, and it is not flexing at all.
Next, I cut holes to make room for the pistons and used a router to cut channels for them all to connect. Since the pistons can't be easily mounted to wood, I cut a set of 3 1/8-inch thick steel bars and drilled a set of mounting holes where the pistons will attach. To cook the bird as evenly as possible, I decided to target the thigh, drum, and breast area separately on either side, using individual pistons for each area. To control the height, I bought steel scaffolding adjustment screws and carefully measured my wood so I could mount them through the base. And then, with a little bit of encouragement, I was able to slide the two halves together.
And this is pretty much it. I think this is gonna work in terms of functionality.
With all the pistons mounted through the roof of the machine, each one needed an individual slapping hand. So using a hole saw, I made a set of 6 thick steel circles, carefully welded them to a set of fine thread coupling nuts, and screwed them onto the piston's shafts. Now obviously we're gonna tighten these down and also Loctite them into place once we're done, but for now, these can hang out like this.
I am not ready for this. 3, 2, 1, go. Holy f***. What? I need safety glasses, but it works. Yeah, baby, all right.
And after figuring out how to reverse birth an entire turkey into a massive latex balloon, it was time for our maiden voyage.
Hello, and welcome to the makerspace at literally 12:40 in the morning.
Everything's ready.
Still don't know why this one solenoid is leaky, but we can deal with that later. Oh geez, I really hope this thing doesn't just f***ing explode. Our current temperature is 46 degrees. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, yo guys, this is pretty good.
What is the temperature raise?
Well, none yet. Okay, test run number 2.
This was my chance to prove it could cook without the bag, but after 15 whole minutes with absolutely no temperature change,
I'm gonna be real with you guys at the moment, this is kind of painful. It doesn't appear to be raising the temperature at all. I mean, the good news is everything non-cooking related seems to be working really well about the build. Now we just have to figure out how to make it cook food. Am I crazy or do I think maybe what we need is way more slap speed? This is double what we just ran.
I decided to let Will Smith loose on this turkey for about an hour, and while the progress wasn't amazing, about an hour in, I saw a huge jump in temperature. I figured things were finally starting to heat up.
I think I figured out why it's at 75, guys.
Touching the piston?
No, but it is exposed.
So wait, the turkey was below room temperature the whole time?
Despite an absolutely pathetic performance in terms of heating, I learned a lot about actually using this machine. But with triple the chicken's thermal mass, it looked like cooking without insulation might not even be possible.
Okay, so we need more air. And the only way to get more air is to tap my own line in. I'm definitely not supposed to be doing this.
I also decided to steal a few tricks from the old slapper, adding legs to weigh it down with sand and wrapping the turkey in aerogel-filled insulation to help prevent it from losing so much heat.
Solenoids are on. Solenoids are working. Noise cancellation is on so I don't rupture my eardrums. Activating air.
With the insulated bag, the machine was heating the turkey much more efficiently, and things were looking stable enough for me to let this run itself. The only problem was the machine is louder than the screams of an entire orphanage crying in unison.
I'm curious if I can still hear it when I go upstairs. This is so This is why I have to run this between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Imagine you show up to work and this is what you hear. You'd be pissed. Let's go check in on it again.
But after abusing my eardrums for a full 30 minutes and feeling pretty confident that it wasn't going to explode, I decided to let the machine run itself and hung out in another room while checking back every 15 minutes.
After all, it is 4:33 a.m. So, you know, I think I've earned it.
But eventually the turkey started heating more slowly, and I was also running out of time before other people would start showing up.
Let's increase the slap rate. I'm gonna say by a full 5 slaps per second.
And after another 40 minutes,
It's time. It's officially 6:50 in the morning. I'm exhausted mentally and physically, and I wanna see how this turkey is doing. And the bag is totally intact. Oh man, that is warm in there. Looks like it's in not horrendous shape. The most hot part is where the wing meets the breast. This is some good initial progress. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm gonna get rid of this now because it is about to be
extremely disgusting.
I gotta tell you, while we didn't technically cook a turkey tonight, we made some pretty amazing progress.
Based on the data I got from this run, it seemed like with a little more time, the machine would be able to cook this turkey, but with Slabsgiving fast approaching, that wouldn't matter if it tasted like shimmy shimmy Cocoa Puffs. So to make it as delicious as possible, I called in my friend Nick for some help. So Nick's gonna help me make the turkey taste as good as it possibly can. Are you officially? I mean, chef. I cook every single day. Okay. We started by putting the turkey in a brine solution to help keep it moist and flavorful. And then we headed back to my Airbnb to cook it with the slapper.
So I have no idea what's going on. He's kept everything in the dark.
But let's check real quick to make sure everything's working.
This is an area where I'm gonna be of negative help.
So that's the sound of the solenoids clicking. Probably gonna want some ear protection.
For cooking a turkey, how do you know how to use that thing that's inside and not know how to use this? That scared the hell out of me.
Isn't it terrifying?
Wrong. Yeah, that was scary.
Wow,
That's intense.
It's insane.
Wow.
You see why it needed its own house.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this really quick and simple flavored oil. First, I'm gonna go into my pan with just a little bit of vegetable oil.
You call that a little bit?
It's a big turkey. Then I'm gonna toss in a bunch of salt, then go ahead with a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. Then I'll go in with some smoked paprika. I love smoked paprika. Next in with a little bit of chili powder. And then last but not least, a tiny bit of onion powder and a little bit of garlic powder. And all we have to do now is whisk this up. All right, that's our flavor right there. Awesome. That's all sorts of flavor.
Yeah, it smells
That
really
smells
good.
good.
So this is aerogel insulation.
But it's like wrapping up your meat with like a towel, like to like let it rest at the end.
Sure. So go ahead and just the temperature looks like it's increasing, which is great. We calculated in advance that 20 cubic feet per minute of air would be more than enough to run the slapper. But while it was definitely working, before too long, it was pretty obvious that this tiny compressor just couldn't keep up. And as a result, it just wasn't heating up the turkey fast enough to make it safe to eat. The actual pistons aren't hitting as hard as they possibly can, apparently not providing quite enough air. We should be, according to the air output on the thing. Now that's max.
Oh, all right. What does that smell?
Smells like lube to me.
Oh,
Air piston lube.
got it. Okay.
It actually does a really good
Is this
job.
the temperature right now? 69?
69.
That's amazing.
It's working. Just not fast enough. But since our goal was just to prove that we could make it taste delicious, we compromised, bringing it above 130 using a sous vide bath before putting it back on the slapper for an hour to kill the bacteria while keeping the texture authentic. It's working. It's holding at 131 degrees.
Means the slapper has the capability to bring it to that temperature.
Yes, it does. This means that it's like actually possible to cook it from 0 to full. That means we can turn this off. And once it was done, to see if it was actually any good, we got Manya, a professional chef from Boston, to compare the bird we cooked with a store-bought turkey.
I'll start, I guess, on the right. That is a pretty tender piece of turkey.
Really?
That is really moist, pretty good flavor.
Genuine thoughts.
Honestly, that one's a little dry.
Let's go! With a chef-approved recipe, a working machine, and Slapsgiving just days away, it was time to put together all the pieces. And after my last test got me banned from running the slapper at my makerspace, there was only one place I knew I could spank my turkey in peace. And I'd only have one shot to get it right. Oh my gosh, everybody's here. Mike? What's wrong with the mic? Better? This is the garage cam. It's so damn loud. Turkey is currently 68. 69! This is working really well, actually. I started at like 50 degrees. Yo, 70! Let's go! Since the Slapsgiving celebration was gonna be close to home, I decided to do my last test in my parents' home garage, and I rented a $15,000 air compressor just to supply the machine with enough air. We are currently at 295 degrees Kelvin. You're in school, ask your teacher to put this on for the whole class. Okay, apparently I can't show you the 76 degrees. I'm gonna go fix that screw thingy. I'll be right back. Now for me to be able to serve this based on all my research, we needed to be out of the danger zone in about 4 hours, or else the turkey will be too contaminated with salmonella toxins to serve, and I'll be letting down all of my friends. 79, 80 baby, 81 degrees. But this was a temperature range I already knew the slapper could handle. What I didn't know was what would happen once the turkey got hotter. For once, I'm doing a live stream and it doesn't have to happen at 3 in the morning. But so far, things were looking good.
It's definitely slowing down, so I might have to adjust it a little. This was just in the garage. This is my room temperature thermometer. You can see that it's currently showing 70 degrees. So no, I'm not just turning up the thermostat. Oh, 90! Dude, that's huge. That's awesome.
So far, things looked promising, but I knew that on average, the turkey had to increase by at least 1 degree every 5 minutes in order to reach the pasteurization temperature fast enough to eat it.
Oh, 92. All right, split. 5 minutes ago? Oh, we're fine. Oh, guys, we did that in a minute and a half. We're chilling, dude. I don't know how this is working so well, but I am not gonna mess with it.
And if I failed, not only would it be live on the internet, I'd also be letting down my friends, showing up to Slapsgiving empty-handed.
So far, we're on a roll.
And while things were going pretty well, it wasn't too long until we hit our first speed bump.
All right, we're almost at 5 minutes. I'm gonna walk out there to look at it, and it's gonna change. It's been 7 minutes. I think I should go lower it a little so that it contacts more.
Remember, the temperature has to increase every 5 minutes or we're gonna run out of time.
All right, that should be getting us about an extra ½ inch of interference. If we go another 5 minutes and nothing happens, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna update the code to go 15 slaps per second.
Every minute the temperature stagnated was a minute of time we had to somehow make up later. And if we went more than 30 minutes without a temperature change, the thermometer would turn itself off, making it impossible to tell whether we were getting it hotter.
Let's go, science works! Holy shit! I was so worried. I was like, is it over? Woo, okay, all right. 97, all right. Yo, wait, 98, shoot. 99. Yo! It's at 100! Holy crap, wait, what? Dude, that took less than 5 minutes, let's go! Did I walk in right as it changed? That's so awesome. That's so lit! Let's go! I'm trying to not get too amped, but I think this is working.
We'd successfully reached the halfway point, and with a little less than half our time left, this was truly do or die. But before too long, things were stagnating again.
Oh, 105, thank God. Thank God the temperature increased. All right, how warm is a turkey when it's alive? 106. So far we have the turkey at body temperature for a turkey. Yeah, I think it needs more slaps per second, guys.
With 25 degrees left to go, I knew increasing the slap rate was the only way to get there. So I cranked it as high as I possibly could and crossed my fingers that we'd make it on time.
Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs? Now we're cooking. That went from not working to an immediate increase in temperature. I'm really glad we got this air compressor because I actually think it's using almost every bit of it. There we go. We got it. There it is. Yo, 110. Yo, 111.
From here, things were super locked in. Temperature increases were happening even faster than they needed to, putting us right on track to exit the danger zone on time.
Look at this graph. We're getting so close. 120. This is 23 degrees hotter than we've ever gotten a whole turkey. This stream is like a total Hail Mary.
Until finally, after literal months of research and development,
Yo! Yes! Yes! We're here! We did! It's 130!
And based on our trajectory, as long as I just kept the machine running, not only would we reach our goal, we'd blow way past it. But suddenly out of nowhere, things started to fall apart.
Dude, it's beating the meat so hard, and it's not usually consistent, so. Oh, there we go, 132. It appears there are some slight problems. I think we're still gonna have a safe to eat turkey.
After all the tests I'd done, I'd proven this machine had more than enough power to cook this turkey, but replacement hands were the one thing I didn't have and couldn't make. I felt confident enough to eat it right away, but the only way to ensure it'd be safe for everyone else would be to hold its current temperature in a sous vide bath.
All right, I'm gonna ask you guys a very serious question. We've gotten this to 130. How do you feel about a sous vide for the holding temperature? I'm gonna poll the chat.
With Slapsgiving the next day, if they told me no, I'd be showing up empty-handed.
I would eat it right now. Exactly. If it doesn't go over 132, I think we're good. All right, that is a 3/5 majority. That's a strong yes from the majority of chat.
And with chat on my side, I quickly salvaged the inner balloon, vacuum wrapped it, and put it in a sous vide bath for exactly 1 hour. We'd successfully cooked a turkey, and it was finally time to bring it to Slapsgiving. Of course, Slapsgiving is a potluck dinner, so in addition to my food, my friend Joel cooked a potato with an exercise bike, James taught a shrimp how to fry rice, Nick dropped in with a turkey cooking computer, Forrest cooked science jambalaya, and my friend Josh made Well, Josh made deviled eggs.
That's what's powering me. The power's going through him, which then transfers to the machine, and then that powers the potato. It's all part of the process.
And at the end of a fantastic night, it was finally time for us to eat the turkey.
Yeah, I think.
What the f? It looks like it's in a hazmat suit.
Ew, it's gonna be flat.
Have you seen the turkey yet?
No, I've left it in the bag. Oh, that's good. That looks good. Whoa!
Oh no.
Yeah, that is cooked.
It's cooked, dude.
Not the leg. Look at the leg. Oh, it's so flat.
Doesn't that look appetizing?
I'm gonna carve a little piece of turkey here. That's cooked. Want me to have the first bite?
Yeah, that way if you die, we know what's up, you know?
All right, I'll put him in quarantine for a few hours. Let's see what happens.
How long do we have to wait before we see the
What's the
texture?
result?
Oh my god. I'm feeling pretty good about this, guys. Do you know why I've gathered you here today?
Okay, are you not gonna taste this turkey? You're too sussed out. All right, are you guys ready?
Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
it's solid.
Yeah. Go.
Are you drying yours in alcohol, Steven? Yeah, safest way to do it.
I mean, it tastes like turkey.
Right?
It tastes like turkey.
I mean,
Could
it's
use
like
some
a
more
deli
seasoning.
turkey.
It could use more seasoning.
Can I have the salt?
It's a little dry, but that's about it. Like, it's not even
turkey.
It's not even horribly dry.
I feel like you could legally call that turkey.
That's actually really good.
I don't know what to say because, like, you accomplished your goal, but at what cost? You know what I mean?
And a week after filming, I'm happy to report that none of us got salmonella. As part of this, I worked super hard to create this limited edition Slapsgiving merch, which I'm super excited about. It's available right now. It's hilarious, it's super comfortable, and it'll make you look irresistibly sexy.
Look at this! Somebody complimented me on this specific sweatshirt when I walked into Home Depot.
Happy Slapsgiving.